Hey, you, at what stage is your product right now? Do you know the stage at which your product is on the product life cycle graph? What is product life cycle? Product life cycle is actually a diagram indicating the stage at which your business or your product is growing. On a normal product life cycle, you have the introduction stage, you have the growth stage, you have the maturity stage, and you have the saturation stage. When your product gets to the saturation stage, two things will definitely happen. It's either the product declines or you rebrand that product. So for your product life cycle, looking at what is happening in the world right now, you see that things are changing so fast, policies are changing so fast. So is customers' tastes and customers' expectation. For every product right now, you have to be dynamic. You have to ensure that you are on top of your game in relation with competition and other factors. Basically, every product has its own life cycle, and you don't expect that any product that enters the market today will generally just stay and keep having a fantastic market share. So it is important that as top managers, directors, owners of business, you need to sit down frequently to actually examine and look at how well your product is doing in the market. And for this, we know there's a matrix that you can actually use as a guide, and that's the Boston Consulting Group matrix. It's popularly known as BCG matrix. And this BCG matrix actually explains the market growth of any product and the market share of any product. You know, a particular product might actually be doing fantastically well and not actually be bringing so much cash into the organization. You want to ask me why? So in that matrix, we have 4 columns. You have the business growth line, and you have the market share line on the graph, which you are seeing on the screen right now. So in the 4 columns, we have what we call the cows, we have what we call the star, we have what we call the question mark, and we have what we call the dots. In that particular matrix, you will see that for the business growth side and the market share side, for the star means that the product has a high market growth and has a high market share. For the question mark, the product certainly, that means for the question mark, it means that the product has a high market growth and a low market share. And for the dogs has a low market share and a low market growth. And we have the cow. The cow has a low market growth and a high market share. So you see that there is a mix there, and it is important for you to be able to diagnose exactly where and what the problem lies. You know, like I said regarding the product life cycle, you must know at what stage is your product right now, so that you'll be able to know how you'll be able to twist things and strategically look into the future to still ensure that your product is relevant in the market and you're making the necessary profit. So in this regard now, you will see that if your product is still acceptable in the market, you'll be seeing a significant growth. No matter how fantastic that product is, you know human taste and consumption pattern. With time, they might just get tired of that particular product, or because of circumstances, because of beyond their control, because of government policy, maybe their purchasing power has dropped or something like that. You start seeing changes in the purchasing pattern of people. So in that wise, what do? Do you at that stage when your product's growth and share are saturated, do you pack your load and just leave the market. No way. You call your team together, you have a strategic session, and look at how you can actually juggle within the mix of that BCG matrix. It is important that you look at the way you can rebrand that business, find a way around it. There's always a solution to every problem. So in this day and age, we all know that we are in challenging times, but those who are strategic enough, with the help of God, will always succeed. So for the star product, what do you do about the star product? You certainly just expand the star product. You expand the market because it has high market growth and high market share. For the cow, which is the cash cow, it has low market growth but high market share. So what do? You keep harvesting, you keep cashing in, as the term is, cashing in from that particular market. And from the question mark, where you have the high market growth and the low market share, what do you do in that instance? You advise to improve on the products or divest. In such a way, you're looking at pivoting at times, divest into what you think might actually bring or earn you more areas which you might actually be able to pull in more high market share. Then lastly, the dogs. The dogs, what do you do about a product that has low market growth and low market share? It is advisable that you just discard that product. Discard it, but it might not necessarily mean you discarding it. If you still want to have a presence in that particular market, knowing fully well you have a cash cow that you can actually draw from, so that you don't lose out completely from that particular line of business or that space. You can still retain the dog, but you know that you'll be pumping less cash into it. So that is my summary for us today. If you need more explanation on this, you can actually contact me on the information you have on the screen. I'll be delighted to go on this awesome informative journey with you. And most importantly, like I said, that we have the product life cycle. Every business has its own product life cycle. It is only those who are strategic enough to ensure that it doesn't decline that will always come back and be a champion in that space. So don't say because a product's life is saturated, you're done with it. That is when the proof of your entrepreneurship, the proof of your expertise as managers, top management, as directors and owner of business, that is when the proof of your expertise will be manifested and be revealed. So what are you doing? Do you want to pack up that business or you want to reinvent it? Think about it and do something positive. This is Oluwadamilola Olajumoke, your special host on MLT, Monday Leadership Tip. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.